Welcome back to another episode of The Canon, where I bring you the latest in comic book and superhero movie news. I'm your host, Terry, and I'm ready to bring you stuff that matters. Just to remind you, go to the description to get the time codes, jump around topics. But we only got two real topics today. First off, Lord and Miller, who took up the Han Solo spin-off film for Lucasfilm, have exited the project as of yesterday. It seems as if they left for creative differences. However, today there is some rumors that they were fired. Alright, so I'm going to... it's tough. I'm going to sweep this. I'm going to sweep this. Because it's hard to frame it. But when I think about it as directors having to leave due to creative differences and studios trying to force their vision, that always rubs me the wrong way. Now, as you got to think about over the years of movies, studios have made plenty of right decisions when they force their vision. So it's not like they're always wrong, but me as a creator, I always side with the creative team. So I have to sweep it on that account that you got two guys that are really strong and really popular right now, having to leave a project that really was going to push their name up. I believe they did the Lego movie, and of course they did a lot with How I Met Your Mother. So that's how they got in the door, but this was going to be the Star Wars movie franchise that pushes their names to the top. So it sucks that they have to leave off of that. So what's interesting about this, though, is there's reports that Lord and Miller had a meeting with DC and Warner Brothers about The Flash. So some people are like, yeah, that Flash movie's all over the place. We don't know who's directing. We heard Robert Zemeckis from Back to the Future. The names were going all over the place, but we still have no director for the Flash movie. People tend to forget Lord and Miller wrote the original treatment for the Flash. So the treatment, which is basically like the beginning of the story, is not the actual script, but they basically outline and write what, the story and what the movie's going to be. So them taking up the Flash, if it happens, would be a great thing because they are the ones who set up the original idea for, I almost called him Barry Allen, Ezra Miller and what they wanted to do with the Flash. So that's kind of exciting news. It's interesting. Of course, the speculation now is that they have an issue with Disney and then they go to DC and say, yeah, this is better, we're leaving. Or did Disney hear about them talking to DC and fire them? Or were they having a creative clash? Were Lord and Miller not doing a good job? We don't know. We know filming has started. And this is what makes it a big news story, is that, before it starts, people might leave for creative differences with the script or whatever. Or you might have somebody exit after the movie doing post-production, like Josh Trank, and the studio takes it over, and David Ayer. But this is like in the middle of them filming the movie, they left. So to me, some people will be like, this isn't as big as people will make it. But when you leave in the middle of the movie, I think this is a bigger deal, especially if they end up signing on to do the Flash. So it's so funny because before I heard the Flash thing, I just remembered back how everybody lines up to trash anyone that's not Marvel. So Sony, DC, Warner Bros., everybody is just like, they left for creative differences. It was such a joke. Now the Flash lost, technically they only lost two directors. People keep saying they lost Lord and Miller. They didn't lose them. They were only hired to do the treatment. So they didn't lose them. They really just lost Famuyiwa and Seth Grahame-Smith. So, but people making all these jokes, and now it's funny to see Disney, the almighty, losing somebody because of creative differences, and there's no peep about it. There's just maybe it's their fault. So the double standard is real. And so I was just thinking of the Flash, wow, y'all made fun of them, and now look what's happening. And then I hear the report about the Flash. I'm like, well, if they leave to go do the Flash, that's really going to be hilarious. Yeah, it's interesting. So it sucks, though, because I don't want to see the Han Solo film get held up. I don't want a Han Solo spinoff. I didn't want a young Han Solo at all. But my boy Donald Glover is in there. So I'm rooting for him. And I want to see him be able to do what he's going to do, because he he stopped Childish Gambino and all Atlanta just so he could do this movie. And so if we're missing out on all that other stuff for a movie that's going to get delayed, that's going to be an issue with me. But we'll kind of have to stay to the ground and see what happens. Alright, so one thing that happened again in the DC world, Wonder Woman 2 has been announced in pre-production with Patty Jenkins writing the script and everything. I'm going to keep this no-brainer. A lot of people making chatter how Warner Brothers didn't lock Patty Jenkins up for a multi-year deal. We weren't in the room. I'm not going to get into that. So, whatever. She's coming back. So, a lot of people was like, well, Marvel might steal her. Like, really? Come on now. It ain't just the money or the opportunity. Certain people really like the content. And so, you gotta know that Patty Jenkins, if you've heard her, because everybody's praising her now that they saw the movie. Don't even know who she is. Haven't listened to her before the movie. But if you saw her on press junkets and everything, you know she loves Wonder Woman. And so, I don't think she would have let that movie go to somebody else. She's back. That makes sense. The interesting part is it's being confirmed by the executives that Wonder Woman 2 will take place in the past. Now, if we're talking about that, I would sweep it, because how does that make any sense? I think it was very easy writing on the wall when we first got Wonder Woman and BVS. Here's Diana Prince. I've been amongst the world, but I haven't been Wonder Woman for over 100 years because of what happened back in the day. Wow, mysterious. Then we get the Wonder Woman movie, which serves as an origin story and shows us what happened to her that made her stay away. And so now we understand the timeline. This is what happened. Went to the war, stopped being Wonder Woman. Batman v Superman happened, came back out as Wonder Woman, fight Doomsday, now we go to Justice League. Done. So why are we going back to the past? Because in order to have a movie, she's got to be Wonder Woman. She's got to fight, she's got to do things. So anything that she does before BVS would absolutely erase what she said, how she has been hidden for over 100 years. And I mean, I don't think it's super hard to write that in, but I'm not a fan of killing the continuity. Like, why? You set it up pretty easily what it is, so why go back and change that? And then on top of that, I thought Aquaman Flash would follow the footsteps of Wonder Woman. And I thought it was a smart move where you have BVS, you introduce these characters, then you go back to an origin story. And now it's like people were like, go for it. Why do an origin story? But since Wonder Woman did great, now they want more. And I understand why you want more of that set piece stuff, but that story's been told. And so I think you go forward. What's going on with her after Justice League? Especially if you want her to be the forefront. Everybody's like, Wonder Woman should be the main person, not Superman or Batman. First off, that's ridiculous. I don't care. Female, male, blue, green, white, yellow, short, tall. The characters. Wonder Woman is not the lead of DC. Ever. It's Superman. In order for the movie or for anything to work, it has to be Superman in front with Batman standing next to him. It's just what it is. It's their legacy and their iconic level. It's not about gender. And so, but if you wanted to push her into the Trinity role, then she should be the first movie after Justice League, setting up Phase 2. So that's what I think. So going back to the past, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't like it. Aquaman's after Justice League. Flash is going to be after Justice League, we think. So just make her after Justice League. I don't see why you would go back just for her, because even Man of Steel 2 and the Batman are supposed to be after Justice League. So why would you have all those movies in the future or the present and have Wonder Woman in the past? Come on now, it's progressive time, 2017. Don't stick the woman in the past. I'm just kidding. So that's the news for the day. Again, as the summertime hits, I'm trying to use more free time to reach out and go to events and talk to fans and grow the channel. Please give a thumbs up, subscribe, Go to the comment section. Let me know what you thought. I like to engage with you. All that helps me grow the channel. I'm trying to grow it out a little bigger, so that's my goal for the summer, and you can help out with that. And remember, if you heard it here, it's official canon.